Thus does Keyamo respectfully present himself for screening and magnanimously confirm as a Minister of Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So, I respectfully present myself, sir, respectfully, for screening and magnanimous confirmation as a senator or as a minister of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank you, sir.
We have to keep it down a little bit. We're not saying that we're not going to clear him. This is a house that can reconvert at any point. You can even call for an emergency and we'll reconvert. Because we would not like to what happened at the last administration where some people felt that the president was in charge and so many other things were happening out there. We won't take it this time around. We want a situation, we hold you responsible from the onset. Since Mr. President has started showing us the right hand, we must follow along that side to make sure that we work with him in that right hand as well. Therefore, Mr. President of the Senate, I'm of the opinion that we hold this down a little bit, and I move a motion that we suspend forthwith this nomination and wait until when this is cleared, so that he can freely work in our environment and tell Nigerians, I have perfectly done well because this record has been put straight. That is my submission, Mr. Senate President. I rest my case.
Senator, there's a motion on the ground. If you want, you can second it and amend it, whatever. So if there is no seconder,
thank you, Mr. President. I rise to second the motion, very ably moved by Senator Darlington Wokocha, that in view of Section 88B of the 1B of the Constitution, which mandates the National Assembly to go ahead and look into the conduct of affairs of any person, authority, or ministry. And where such a person refuses and deliberately stays away from letting the National Assembly do its work, and in view of the fact that this nominee rejected the summons of both the House of Representatives and the Senate, that I do support that this nominee should be stepped down pending when he decides that the National Assembly has that right to inquire into the workings of a minister and his ministry. I so second.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion has been moved and seconded. Those who are in support of the motion that the screening of the nominee be stepped down until further inquiries, say aye. Aye. Those who are against, say nay. Distinguished colleagues, distinguished colleagues, sit down. The President of the Senate is on his feet.
Listen, Mr. President. Order.
refer to Order 62 of our rules, and I'll read for those who may not have gone through. Whenever the President of the Senate or the chairman rises during a debate, any senator then speaking or offering to speak shall immediately sit down, and the Senate or the committee shall be silent so that the President of the Senate or the chairman may be heard without any interruption. I am of the view that we are not the people that nominated the nominees that we have been screening. From the president, a lot of indices must have been taken into consideration. Under a rowdy situation, we cannot arrive at anything. But I've noticed that from the, even here, some of you are prepared to stretch the rule to even asking for division. But we will not go that route. Leader of the Senate, lead us right.
Thank you, Mr. President. Mr. President, and very, very distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, may I at this time move that we dissolve into an executive session to be able to iron out some issues. But before that, I guess my first motion should have been based on Order 8 sub 3 of our rules to move for an extension of time for this Senate to be able to sit beyond 2 p.m. This should have happened some 13 minutes ago, but for what was going on. So, sir, please take it that my first motion right now is a motion for extension of time based on Order 8 sub 3 of our rules to enable us clear the other items on the order paper. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise to second the motion that will extend our sitting time to beyond 2 o'clock to enable us continue today's proceeding. As well, second. And no, he will. And okay.
Distinguished colleagues, the motion due late has been moved and seconded by the minority leader that this August Assembly do extend its sitting time beyond 2 p.m. Those who are in support of that motion say aye. Those who are against say nay. The ayes have it. Our sitting period is extended beyond 2 p.m. Minority leader.